Now let's go into the selection of lasso tools, which I use very frequently. Let's just show you basically what the lasso tool does. And this is one of the oldest tools. You'll find this in every application. And pretty much now, what you're paying attention to is the black arrow and the very tip of the black arrow. Like, if I want this mountain range, I just drag along the mountain range, drag around here, in and out, come up here, I let go. There's my selection. Or if I want this cow, and now here's the magnification tool, and I click, 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 click. This is also the beauty of Photoshop. If I go to the hand tool, then I can drag the whole image around. I'm not changing the image, I'm just dragging it. Let's go back to the magnification tool. I'm going to click again, and if I hold the space bar down, that gives me the the hand tool, so I don't have to go back and forth between tools. Space bar, I can drag that around, go back to the lasso tool, and let's get the cow's head. Like, I just hold the mouse down, drag around. There is my selection. There are better ways to do that, but that is the lasso tool. And once the selection is made, just like before, we can drag the cow's head around, copy, paste it, rotate it. We can go edit, free transform. There you go. Rotate it, do whatever we want to do. So there you go. That is the lasso tool. And I mean, you see it work one time. If you've never seen it before, you might, I got to hit enter on the keyboard. So I'm going to go into the history panel, go back here, and I'm going to double click the hand tool to take my image to full screen pretty much. And let's go to another selection tool. Let's go to the Polygonal Lasso tool. And the Polygonal Lasso tool is made just for things like this with nice little corners. And I'd say rectangles and squares or things with flat surfaces. And as opposed to the lasso tool, this is not a click and drag. With the lasso tool, I would hold the mouse down and drag and drag and drag. This is a click, click, click tool. So I'm going to take the tip of the black arrow and click right on the point from which I want to start. Click. Then I let go of the mouse and I just come over here to the other corner. Click. Come down here. Click. Go down a little bit. Depends on how good you want to be. I'll just come down all the way down to here. Let's just get this top portion. Click, come down here. Click, go over there. Click, come up here. Click, click, and go to the point from which I started. My final click, and there is my selection. And I'm going to invert the selection just for the heck of it, and delete. Now, this is what happens. Look here, foreground color. You want to fill this with foreground color? I'm going to click cancel. This is what happens when you don't change the name from background to anything but background, the kiss of death. So I'll unlock it. It's a background layer. Now I hit delete. Ding! And I've got my little Caltran ticket thingy all by itself. Now, I'm going to deselect. Go into the history panel, go back to square one, and I'm going to go back to the Polygonal Lasso tool, and I just want to show you what can cause some problems. I'm going to click, 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 I click, 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 and sometimes, now when you're done, notice I started over here, I think, but if you know you're getting close to the point from which you started, if you just double click, it'll finish the job for you. I'm going to deselect one more time, and I'm trying to get into trouble on purpose. Occasionally, you'll make a click or something like that, and all of a sudden, you're in this situation, and it's a mistake. You made a mistake, and you did bad things, and now you're stuck in this situation, and you can't go to the toolbar. You can't go to any drop-down menus. You're just messed up. You can't go into any panels. You're screwed. So here's what you do. Just double-click. Something will become selected. Click away to deselect, but then you get in this situation. So sometimes you have to go to a different tool, deselect, and start over again. But that is the Polygonal Lasso tool for objects with flat surfaces. It's a click, click, click tool, and you always start at one spot and finish at the point from which you started.